Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Now, this was supposed to be the night when all those glass ceilings were shattered, the night Hillary Clinton is officially nominated as the Democratic presidential nominee. But at the party's convention in Philadelphia, die-hard Bernie Sanders supporters have been booing, wailing, even weeping every time someone mentions Mrs. Clinton's name. Our Washington correspondent, Kylie Morris, has been down amongst the Berniacs. She joins us live. Kylie.
Yes, John, they are here. They are here in small numbers, but they are vocal. These are the Bernie or bust people, so they say they will not vote for Hillary Clinton, and for many of them, Donald Trump is as good as she is, if not better. That is a very similar feeling to many of the Bernie supporters who we met last night. We were in the convention center, huddled up in the stands with the California delegation, which was packed to the brim with Bernie or bust characters, and it was quite a scene, as you'll see. But yes, Michelle Obama was in fact the unifier of the night. She was recalling her experience as a parent in the White House and providing a positive reworking of the kinds of themes that last week were Trump territory. I've got to say, this convention, it's been a pretty awful start for the Democrats. The emails, the resignation of the party chair, the sense of a rigged system in favor of Hillary Clinton. Not a good place to start on opening night. The moment had come for Bernie's long goodbye. Time for the insurgent candidate who won 22 states with his message of revolution and fairness to take a bow and persuade his supporters to get behind Hillary Clinton.
I understand that many people here in this convention hall and around the country are disappointed about the final results of the nominating process. I think it's fair to say that no one is more disappointed than I am.
His pitch for Hillary last night, Trump leads by insulting and dividing. And she's way better than Trump.
Any objective observer will conclude that based on her ideas and her leadership, Hillary Clinton must become the next president of the United States.
So that's the reaction from these Bernie supporters. Bernie Sanders on stage has just told them that's why Hillary Clinton must be president. And people are screaming, no, no. And you can hear the chants, Bernie, Bernie.
Bernie, Bernie, Bernie.
They're just not prepared to give him up.
I've cried with several of my delegates today. We're just full of emotion. But even though this is a huge Hillary Clinton party, we, the Bernie delegates, signed up for the Democratic National Convention, not for the Hillary Party.
We won't vote for Hillary.
Out in the corridors, the getting behind Hillary message wasn't getting through either.
We won't vote for Hillary.
Hillary Clinton is more dangerous than Donald Trump because of what she has in her head.
And Donald Trump is a safer pair of hands than Hillary Clinton?
Now, listen to me. I don't want him to be president, not even this much. But the way things are going right now, it's our party doing all the wrong things at the wrong time that's going to put this man in office.
Hopefully Hillary's our president and Trump's not. I don't support Hillary. I'll never support Hillary, but I'll always support Bernie.
How does Hillary get to be president if you don't support her?
People are going to vote for her because they're terrified of a Trump presidency.
Hillary heard
Back on stage, comedian and Bernie backer Sarah Silverman was embracing Hillary.
I am proud to be a part of Bernie's movement, and a vital part of that movement is making absolutely sure that Hillary Clinton is our next president of the United States. Booyah, baba booey.
She ad-libbed a slapdown for the Bernie or bust crowd.
Can I just say to the Bernie or bust people, you're being ridiculous.
It's hard to know whether Bernie was nervous. He looked worried when he dropped his speech for a moment, but this mattered immensely to a party angry at itself, frustrated by the leak of thousands of internal party emails that revealed bias toward Hillary from the start. And then there was her, the First Lady of Fabulousness, Michelle Obama, gliding on stage to deliver a show-stealing appeal for unity, scolding anyone who doubts the rightness of Hillary succeeding her husband.
And when she didn't win the nomination 8 years ago, she didn't get angry or disillusioned. Hillary did not pack up and go home. Because as a true public servant, Hillary knows that this is so much bigger than her own desires and disappointments.
We want Bernie! We want Bernie!
In the end, it's most likely a majority of Bernie supporters will heed the call and come round to Hillary. But with a better-liked candidate in the first place, the Bernie challenge would have been less wounding. Joining me now is Matthew Miller, who's a Democratic Party strategist, and Amanda McElmurray, who is a Bernie-supporting delegate from Pennsylvania, who I guess came here to protest. Amanda, we heard Sarah Silverman last night say, Bernie or bust people, give it up, you're being ridiculous. Is she right?
No, I don't think Sarah Silverman is right. I think she has a point, but to ask people who feel like they've been betrayed by their party and who feel like they haven't really been represented to ban behind somebody for the sake of banning behind them is a little bit unreasonable. I do understand that it's very important to defeat Trump. I think that people in most cases should probably vote for Hillary, but I don't think it's reasonable to say that they should support her simply for the sake of supporting her.
It's that phrase, in most cases should probably vote for Hillary. I mean, that's not a great position for the candidate to be in today. As a Democratic National Convention, people like Amanda should be singing her name from the rooftops.
This is the way party politics work. You have a tough contested primary, and at the end of it, the person that's the nominee, it's their job to convince the people in the other people in the party to support them. It's not the delegates' job. They don't have to support Hillary Clinton. They can vote their conscience, they do whatever they want. Certainly hope that they all will, but it's Hillary Clinton's job to make the case, and it's the job of other leaders to make the case, like Bernie Sanders did last night. I thought he made a very effective case for why his delegates and why his supporters ought to vote for Hillary Clinton in the fall, and I think that the vast majority of them hopefully will.
But the rest of the world is looking at this and thinking, it seems such a hot and cold choice. You know, these are extremes in a way. You have an establishment candidate and you have Donald Trump. Why is it so difficult to get people who are left-leaning to embrace Hillary Clinton? Isn't that Hillary Clinton's problem in a way that's even bigger than Trump?
I think the United States, like a lot of countries in Europe, is going through vast changes from deindustrialization, from globalization, that really are turning up our economy, they're turning up our politics, and they're creating all sorts of really upheaval. And you see it on the Republican side. That's what led to Donald Trump getting the nomination. You see it on our side. It's not to say that Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump people support the same thing. They don't. But there's the economic upheaval that leads to great instability. But Hillary Clinton has plans to address that. I think by the end of this convention, when people hear them, most of them will be supportive.
Amanda, are you convinced by that? Hillary Clinton is getting to it. She's getting to the Bernie agenda.
I personally am not convinced. That being said, again, I will probably be voting for Hillary Clinton. The entire convention, we've seen people make the case for Hillary by just saying Trump's going to be an awful president. Trump is threatening to deport people, which is true. A Trump presidency will be disastrous, not just for the United States, but for the entire world. Then the United States, unfortunately, affects the global economy and it affects the everything that's going on in the world.
But you won't go out and campaign for Hillary Clinton to stop Donald Trump, will you?
No, not at all. I can't, other than telling my friends, I'm a community organizer, I'm an activist, there's a lot of people who strangely put stock in my opinion. So other than telling them that I think they should vote for Hillary because, especially my friends in Pennsylvania is a swing state, even though it's been blue since '88. Yeah. So some people have the luxury of being in California that's 100% going to go for Hillary.
So where it matters, your advice would be
Vote for Hillary in the swing states. Vote your conscience in blue states where there's not an opportunity for Trump to take that away.
We'll take it. We'll take it. Yeah.
But there is a problem in. You have a lot of work still ahead of you, don't you? In the sense that this rebellion, in a way, you can't. How much can you rely on Trump being someone who people don't like and make people fall in love with Hillary?
I think the campaign has to do both. And obviously, elections are choices, and so you always have to make the case why your opponent, whoever it is, isn't the best choice. But you also have to make a case for yourself. And I think Hillary Clinton will do that in her speech. She's already started to talk about giving free college to anyone from family.
So that platform is changing?
Yeah, the platform is changing, and you'll see a lot of other issues.
Thank you very much for joining us. Now, let's go back to that email scandal that overshadowed the start of the convention here, the leak of thousands of embarrassing emails showing that Democratic Party officials tried to sabotage Bernie Sanders' bid for the nomination. Well, the FBI is now investigating whether Russia was behind the email hack and could have been inside the DNC network for almost a year. The Kremlin says those allegations are absurd. Our technology reporter Jeff White has more.
Eyes fixed on the White House, and now Trump's election chances just got a shot in the arm. A cache of hacked emails has further split the Democrats. And in a twist worthy of a Cold War TV drama, Russia's being blamed for stealing them, and the evidence is mounting up. This security researcher spent months tracking the hackers. He found Democrat addresses being targeted in an email phishing campaign.
And they send those emails out, and then some of the victims will be fooled and click on the link. The link will take them through to the full address that they control, which will present the victim with a fake logon page for Google.
The tactics, obscure. The culprit, he reckons, anything but.
There's technical indicators within the tools that are used. Some of those tools have Russian language words in them, and also Russian language settings on the computers that were used to compile the code. That on its own wouldn't be a strong attribution back to Russia, but if you look at the targeting of this campaign, they target heavily Ukrainian victims, both Ukrainian government, Ukrainian politicians and journalists. There's lots of targeting of NATO militaries in Europe and the US. So we think that strengthens our overall assessment that Russia is the only country really that has those strategic requirements.
His team discovered the hackers sent almost 9,000 emails, targeting almost 4,000 Gmail accounts. Among the alleged recipients, 2 senior Democrat officials. Those emails were clicked on, but that doesn't mean the 2 staffers were hacked. Others were, though. Leaked messages appear to show DNC staff plotting against Bernie Sanders as he campaigned against Clinton. And certainly Donald Trump benefits. Last year he gained praise from the Russian president.
He is a very flamboyant man, very talented, no doubt about that. He says that he wants to move to another level of relations, to a closer, deeper level of relations with Russia. How can we not welcome that? Of course we will welcome it.
Hillary Clinton.
NATO is a thorn in Putin's side. Trump's criticised it. And Trump's campaign chair, Paul Manafort, advised Ukraine's pro-Russian former president Viktor Yanukovych. So, Russia hacked the Democrats to get Trump into power? Not so, says the founder of WikiLeaks, which published the emails. He didn't respond to our interview request today, but he did tell an American broadcaster.
Well, there's no proof of that whatsoever. We have not disclosed our source. And of course, this is a diversion that's being pushed by the Hillary Clinton campaign.
Meeting his US counterpart today, Russia's foreign secretary was tight-lipped and a bit awkward.
Lavrov, what do you say of US accusations that Russia hacked the Democratic Party emails?
Well, I don't want to use four-letter words.
Thanks, everybody.
Tonight, the FBI says it's investigating the leak but hasn't named Russia. Diplomacy and realpolitik, still the messages that matter.
Jeff White reporting. Of course, there was one woman who did manage to bring the entire crowd to its feet here in Philadelphia last night, Michelle Obama, and we'll bring you some more highlights from her speech later in the show. For now, from the city of brotherly or even sisterly love, it's back to Kathy in London.
Thanks, Kylie.
And before we go, the speech that stole the show at the Democratic Convention last night. It was a speech that moved many delegates to tears. A speech already being tipped for the history books. Here is America's First Lady, Michelle Obama.
That is the story of this country, the story that has brought me to this stage tonight, the story of generations of people who felt the lash of bondage, the shame of servitude, the sting of segregation, but who kept on striving and hoping and doing what needed to be done so that today I wake up every morning in a house that was built by slaves. And I watch my daughters, two beautiful, intelligent black young women, playing with their dogs on the White House lawn. I want a president who will teach our children that everyone in this country matters. A president who truly believes in the vision that our founders put forth all those years ago, that we are all created equal, each a beloved part of the great American story. And when crisis hits, we don't turn against each other. No, we listen to each other. We lean on each other because we are always stronger together. Not Democrat or Republican, not left or right. No, in this election and every election is about who will have the power to shape our children for the next 4 or 8 years of their lives.